Okay. I had a few years ago a fantasy, a waking dream, perhaps just a script for a show like Twilight Zone, or a more morbid one like Alfred Hitchcock Presents, or just a short story, where every time I made a mistake or I couldn't deal with the guilt of something I had done, all I would have to do is pull out a gun and blow my head off. Every time I did that, the universe would split into one. I feel I was making a deal with someone. Now, this was before I believed in God when I did this. This was years ago. Dawn was still alive. I never told her about this. But my idea is the universe would split into two whenever I'd make a mistake. Something made me feel so guilty that I had to kill myself. I could do that very easily and just solve the problem where I could not only kill myself, the world would split off into one world where the world would just be reset, rewound, and put back to the place before I did that. But the rest, it would split off into a universe where I would actually die and everybody would have to clean up the mess and they'd have to deal with it. But I wouldn't have to live in that one. I'd be dead in that one. And the universe that I survived would go on without my mistake, without me ruining up, without me doing what I did. I thought this is the most beautiful thing I could think of. Every time I made a mistake, all I had to do, hey, all done. I don't have to worry about it. Don't have to feel guilty anymore. All I do, if I feel guilty about anything, all I have to do is blow my head off. I don't have to worry about it. But then I got home and I saw the floor, the hardwood floors of the Indiana Avenue apartment I lived on for 7 years, almost 7 years, covered in blood. Now, when I first saw that blood, I was angry. And I felt cheated because I thought the blood was my blood that was being spilt, and they should have to deal with my blood, not me. I shouldn't have to deal with it. But then I realized walking home into a pool of blood is a small price to pay for not having to feel guilty anymore. But the reason, or not the reason, but the way I dealt with guilt back then, so I didn't end up doing that, was to go home to Dawn and be happy because Dawn was with me. And then I didn't have to do anything to please Dawn. I didn't have to feel guilty about anything I did. She never made me feel guilty. She never told me what to do. She never told me what not to do. She couldn't do anything for me because she was so disabled. So that's why I was able to fall in love with her, because she couldn't do things for me. She couldn't push me out of the way and tell me what not, don't do that. You can't do that. She didn't do that to me. She let me do it. I could trust her because she couldn't walk. And she couldn't do anything for me. So I could trust her, and so I fell in love with her. I don't know if I can ever find someone who couldn't walk. I might need to find someone else who can't walk before I can trust someone. I don't know what that's. I don't have it. But she was disabled. She depended on everybody to do things for her. I had to help her on the toilet. I had to help her in the bath. I even had to change her pads for 8 years. She was so helpless that she had to trust me to do that stuff for her, but I could trust her to never be able to do anything for me because she was disabled. She wasn't terrifying to me because she couldn't walk. She wasn't terrifying to me because she couldn't do things for me. She wasn't terrifying to me because she couldn't push me out of the way and not let me do things. That's why I could fall in love with her. Now, Dawn wasn't compassionate to me because she couldn't be compassionate. She could be emotionally compassionate, I suppose, but she didn't do that either. She wasn't compassionate because she couldn't be compassionate. That's how I could trust her. Something about walking around this lake means something today. This is a lake about it looks like it's about a block away from where I work. I don't think I can actually see the building I work in right now, but I can see the one across the street from it. I don't know if I can even see that one right now. This is behind it quite a bit. This is what I'm doing instead of eating lunch. Hey, as you can see, I need to stop eating. Well, I might eat something when I get back. I got some nuts and some dried cheese, like things that I could eat. I got eggs there I can cook in the microwave, but I'm not eating right now. But this is the way I'm spending my lunch break. This is a 7-minute video, and